When you publish content as a business owner or entrepreneur, you should be making sales when that piece of content or that video is published. And in fact, that's the whole reason I make these YouTube videos and post on any social media platform, period, is because I have a whole library of content. And that's how I'm able to make sales every single day. And here's the proof. So if you're posting any piece of content, whether it be on YouTube or Instagram, and you're not making sales, what are you doing? So in this video, I'm going to show you how to structure your videos on YouTube each and every single week so that you know you will generate sales from your YouTube videos or your YouTube channel as a whole every single day. So if you were just like me, when I first started putting out YouTube content or any type of content for that matter, I was mainly putting out content and trying to grow my email list, which is very important. But as time went on in my business, my time to make content basically got cut in half. We're talking about getting clients and customers and then family life, marriage, kids, and that whole thing right there. So I had to make sure that the content I put out got some immediate results. And I'm not just talking about any type of results. I'm talking about generating some income. So that helped me change my whole way of thinking about content and generating sales. So I took a pause to figure out how I could put out content and generate sales by putting out less content. And that's when I started getting a little bit more wiser and strategic. I said, I got to stop putting out videos to promote my YouTube channel or to get people to subscribe to my YouTube channel, but I need to start putting out more content and thinking in terms of my business as a whole and not just my channel. And that's mainly how that shift happened. I went from thinking, let me stop putting out content to attract people to my videos and let me start trying to put out content to attract people and not just any type of people. We're talking about customers who are actually ready to buy my products in my business. And in order for me to do that, I had to create a whole different strategic marketing strategy behind that to achieve that goal. Because I don't know about you, but I would rather have 100 views from one of my videos and get 20 sales versus 1,000 views on my videos and only get 1 or 2 or maybe 3 sales. The majority of the YouTube gurus or YouTube strategists on the YouTube platform are all trying to teach you how to put out content or create content in order to go viral. They're basically just trying to teach you how to become a YouTuber. And for me personally, that's not what I was aiming for. I could care less about being a YouTuber, even though that title comes with the package of creating your own channel on this platform. What I was mainly going for is how can I get buyers? I'm going to talk about high ticket and premium buyers to my channel to purchase my products with my content. And this is why I created this strategy for those type of people like myself, and also what we're going to talk about in this video. What I did with my YouTube marketing strategy was I had to mesh together what I was trying to achieve and the algorithm of YouTube, because you still have to create content for this platform and make the YouTube algorithm happy. But at the same time, I had to also use the algorithm and mesh it together with my business strategy of achieving more emails, more low ticket sales, more clients, and more revenue for my business. So this is how I build my YouTube content strategy. When I'm creating my content, I'm not creating it based off from a script. I'm creating my content in a form of a series. And I basically call this my YouTube series funnel. And basically what this series is, it's just a funnel for videos. So if you think about a traditional funnel of the upside down triangle, it's basically hitting different areas and pain points of the customer. So what this means that a potential customer or buyer could come into my YouTube series funnel at the very beginning of their journey. And of course, they would start at video 1 in this YouTube series. And because I've structured my content to flow and follow after each other, they're going to potentially watch that first video and then the next and then the next after that. And what this is going to do also is feed YouTube's algorithm, because now the customer is not just watching one piece of content, but they're watching multiple pieces of content consecutively after each video. And because this is happening with one and multiple different viewers that find my content on YouTube, YouTube is going to promote my content to more people on the platform, which is going to get me more exposure and more awareness for me, my channel, my business, and my products. Now, I am not just appeasing YouTube's algorithm, because the more a person binge watches my content, the more they're being nurtured and warmed up and ready to buy any of my products because they've watched and consumed so much of my content. And the reason this is working so well, because I'm structuring all of my content and the topic of even my content all solely around a specific group of people. And these people who are interested in making money online, selling digital products. And then diving deeper, I'm also putting out content for those people based off the problems they might be having. And because now I'm planning my content with not just getting views or subscribers, I'm planning my content around bingeability, which is continually keeping my channel growing and continually sending me leads, clients, and more sales. So moving on, here are the 5 key elements that your YouTube content needs in order to, one, also appease the YouTube algorithm, but also continually bringing you in leads and sales. So the number 1 key element is your click-through rate. So right off the bat, before you get started, you need to first know what your title is going to be for your YouTube video. And you also need to know what thumbnail you're going to have for that video, because these are the things that get you clicks when the person first sees your content in the YouTube browser feed. Because if your title isn't compelling, it doesn't spark curiosity, it doesn't pique their interest, your video is just going to be dead in the water. If you don't get clicks, then it doesn't matter how great or bad your content is, because nobody's going to watch it. The second key element that you need is your hook. So let's just say you know your title and your thumbnail, you're actually getting a good click-through rate. We'll say something around 7 to 8% CTR, which stands for click-through rate. But your first 5 seconds needs to hook them right from the start so that they continue to watch past the first 5 seconds and beyond. Because if you are losing 40% of people, 50 or 60% of people within the first 5 to 15 seconds of your video, YouTube, even with the good click rate, isn't going to push your video to a wider audience. And why is that? Because the YouTube algorithm on this platform wants to put good content in front of people, good content that is going to keep people watching and staying on the platform. So if your video is failing to do that, even after the clicks, but once they start watching, they scroll away or leave the platform altogether, YouTube isn't going to push your content to other people, because your content is causing them to go away. And secondly, forgetting about the YouTube algorithm, if your hook isn't strong and you're not keeping people to watch past the first 5 to 15 seconds or longer, that means that they're not even sticking around long enough to hear the rest of your content, which means they're not going to hear about your offer, and also means they're not going to buy anything because they didn't even stick around to find out what it is. So in your content, you also need to make sure that your hook is in alignment with your title and your thumbnail, so that people's expectations are met when they click on your video and be more motivated to watch it past the first 5 to 15 seconds or longer. Now, the third element is your content. Now, right off the bat, I always get asked, how long should my content be? Your content needs to be long enough for you to deliver whatever your title and your thumbnail and your hook is saying in your video. Stick to the point and only talk about what needs to be said. Also, your content should at least have one soft call to action. So what I do, and also what I teach my students, is how can I weave in some type of call to action to where when I give that call to action, it actually makes sense with the content that I'm talking about in that video. So for example, I'm talking about the 5 key elements that you need in order to make sales with your YouTube content. So my call to action, or CTA, is if you want to learn how I use these key elements in my video YouTube series game plan that I have, then all you will have to do is One, go down into the YouTube description or comment YouTube series funnel down in the comments below, and I'll send you more information. Now, you see how I weave that in very subtle and organically? That makes sense to what the content or the topic of this video is structured for. And that is what you call a soft call to action. So now I'm going to talk about the next element, and that is going to be your outro. So remember, we're not thinking in terms of content. We're thinking in terms of a YouTube series funnel. So with that in mind, your outro call to action should be mainly focused on getting them to watch your next video. So if you have a YouTube series funnel with a number of 5 videos, your first 4 videos should be pointing people to go watch the second, third, and the 4th video. Because what you want to do is you want to keep them watching. Because if they didn't go check out your soft call to action like I just did earlier, that means that the viewer is not warm enough yet, which just means that you got to get them to watch more of your content. And again, if you're getting more people to watch your content, YouTube is going to reward you by exposing your content to a wider audience. And then in that 5th video, that is where you're going to have your strong call to action. This is where you're going to introduce them to your main core offer. This is where you're going to promote it the hardest and really try and push them to buy your product. Maybe you can show them testimonials or reviews. Maybe you can show them some of your sales results, or maybe some of your case studies. Now, the last element to help you get sales with your content is engagement. Now, straight off the bat, you cannot just come into your videos and say, hey guys, like my video, subscribe. That is not going to work, and that's not how it works. What you need to do when you're creating your YouTube series funnel, looking at your content all within those videos, go back and look at them and see where you can seamlessly add some call to actions to get engagement to your video. And again, this engagement needs to make sense. So for example, I could have told you way back at some point earlier in this video, if you want to learn more about making sales with your YouTube content, comment YouTube sales down below in the comment section. Now you see how that makes more sense, and you see how I can add that in to this video. Those are the type of engagement that you need to add into your YouTube videos to get more people to engage in your videos, which will get YouTube to push your content to more people on the platform, which will attract more buyers and increase more sales in your business. And again, this is why my videos do so great of bringing in sales every single day, despite me being a small quote unquote YouTuber. And all of my clients use this same strategy to get results themselves as well. In fact, listen to what my recent clients had to say about their results with taking advantage of my YouTube series funnel marketing strategy right now.
Ronnie is an absolute game changer, incredibly supportive, and always there when I needed guidance. His unwavering support fueled my journey and has allowed me to confidently dive into content creation. If you're hesitant about fear of failure, take it from me. Ronnie's the boost you need. Thanks to him, my confidence is boosted and I'm no longer afraid, and I'm glad that I didn't let my fear hold me back. Get started today and let success be your story too.
So if you want to start getting some actual results from the content that you're putting out on YouTube and or social media, we're talking about putting out content that attracts buyers who actually buy your products, and you want to stop trying to go viral and get subscribers and tons of views, but more or less trying to attract the right people that would be perfect to buy your digital products and actually do that, make sure that you take action on all of these steps that we just talked about and create your own YouTube series funnel. Also, I have a YouTube series funnel workshop that you could take advantage of, where you can get more details on how I actually do this entire process, even access to the templates, examples of titles and thumbnails, how to structure your content from the hook all the way to the outro. If you want to take advantage of that and join this workshop, make sure you check out my YouTube description, or you can contact YouTube series funnel down in the comment section. So now that you know the marketing strategy that I use on YouTube and social media of how to put out content that would generate sales, you might be asking yourself, Hey, once I have my title and my thumbnail and my hook, my call to actions and my outro, what happens in between that actually converts those people into actual buyers? But that's why you want to watch the video popping up on your screen, because when you pair what you learn in this video with what you're going to learn in the next, it's going to make you way more powerful. Stay blessed.